Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good afternoon. I'm tripping. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's Monday night. A lot of sports happened this weekend. But welcome to the Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. And like I just said, a lot of things went down this weekend and a lot of different sports, whether it's NFL, Major League Baseball, even college football, WNBA. A lot has happened. So let's just dig right into it. We just finished watching the Monday Night Football game. The 3-0 Seahawks came into the game against the Lions, and the Lions went to work. The Lions went and tried to kill the Birds. They did kill the Birds with a score of 42-29. Seattle suffering their first loss of the season, while the Lions improved to 3-1. Jared Goff had a perfect game. It's very rare that you see that in the NFL. He was 18 for 18 for 292 yards with 2 touchdowns. Right, the team as a whole, because the wide receiver Amon St. Brown threw a 7-yard touchdown pass. So there was 19 for 19, 299 yards as a team. That's a rarity. It happened once. I didn't even do the research of the last time that's happened, but I know tonight they was on all cylinders. Perfect game, perfect throwing the football, and they came out on top. Now, Geno Smith, on the other hand, he threw the ball 56 times. 38 or 56 for 395 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. DK Metcalf had over 100 yards receiving. They just didn't have enough for the perfection of the aerosol of the Detroit Lions. And with that being said, they lost their first game. They're 3-1, and now Detroit is 3-1, but they got the Minnesota Vikings in front of them, which is 4-0. They probably have to see them sooner rather than later. But it's a good win for the Lions. They came out, they established what they wanted to do. Like I said, like 299 passing and 100 yards rushing. A lot of penalties they caused, but for the most part, when they had the ball, they did what they supposed to. They went down the field and scored. Not field goals, but touchdowns. But give them their credit. They came out and won. So congratulations to the Lions. Now that second game, the first game, I'm not going to talk about it because that game was very hard to watch. I'll just give y'all the score. The Tennessee Titans defeated the Miami Dolphins 31-12. I can't, trust me, you guys, it was very hard to watch for me. It wasn't exciting. It was very standoffish. It was kick, punt, field goal. That's not an exciting game to watch. But, look, I'll give you the perfect example. The quarterback from the Titans, Mason Rudolph, threw for 85 yards, 9 of 17 for 85 yards. But they won the game. See what I'm saying? Tony Pollard rushed for 88 yards. Like, if you didn't watch it, you wouldn't know. Yeah, he can show his face. You right. Look, like I said, one guy had 85 yards passing, and he won. Now, this is what the Miami quarterback had. Todd Huntley, 14 of 22, 96 yards. Where are you going with that stat? You ain't even throw it for the whole football field, but here you are with the stats that you got. So I hate that I had to watch this game because it was just sad. It wasn't even exciting. It wasn't a good thing to watch. But the Titans end up winning their first game. Miami drops to 1-3. That's how bad it was, But we still got some undefeated teams that we'll talk about real quick. Kansas City, they won their game yesterday 17-10 because I didn't come on, so we'll talk about it real quick. Mahomes had he had a mediocre game, 19 of 29, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, an interception, but he lost his one of his primary receivers, Rashee Rice, on an interception play, and Mahomes went to make the tackle, and he hit his own player and shattered his AC. Well, Rashee Rice has a leg injury. The speculation is this is ACL, so he may be out for the rest of the season. What I saw, he hit the front of his leg, but, he's out. Kelsey had a decent game, 7 for 89. Kareem Hunt back in football with the Chiefs for the first time since 2019. That's who drafted him, had 69 yards. Justin Herbert was 179 yards of 16 of 27, 1 touchdown. But it was a predestined game. Like, they had no energy, no effort, no nothing. And that's why the score was what it was. So Kansas City remains undefeated at 4-0. We know that the Minnesota Vikings remain 4-0 with their win against Kansas City. Excuse me, not Kansas City. Green Bay Packers. They rushed Jordan Love back to play that game, and he paid for it. Word, what up though? We were just talking about your beloved Lions and how perfect they was. 19 and 19 for 300 yards passing between Jared Goff and Amon St. Brown. He threw a touchdown pass for 7 yards. But going back to the Vikings, they had a 31-29 victory over the Green Bay Packers. A big game for them because if they had lost, they'd have been tied. Sam Darnold still having a remarkable season. 20 for 28, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. Aaron Jones had 93 yards rushing on 22 carries. But Jordan Love rushed himself back. He was 32 of 54, 389 yards, four touchdowns and 3 interceptions. They tried to make it a game at the end, but Sam Darnold sealed it with a nice pass to Tony Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, excuse me. And, they remain 4-0. They play the Jets, who lost in a terrible game to the Broncos 10-9 in a rainstorm. No excuse. The Jets didn't put the ball in the end zone. Aaron Rodgers threw for 225 yards, while Bo Nix only threw for 65, and yet the Broncos won the game. So, like I said, the Jets play the Vikings. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers he still thinks he owns these guys after next week, like he did when he was on the Packers. But, just trying to find all the undefeated teams. And there's only 2 left because the Steelers lost yesterday. They lost to the Colts. Joe Flacco came off the bench and relieved Anthony Richardson. Hope he's okay. Something happened to his hip on a rushing play. But, let's give Justin Fields his credit. He was down by 17 points. He did what he can to bring the game close. But at the end, the Pittsburgh defense, which only gave up 8 points a game, gave up 24, and that was more than enough for the Colts to seal a victory. So now we only have 2 undefeated teams. We got the Vikings in the NFC and the Saints, the Chiefs in the AFC. And let's watch out for the Washington Commanders, guys. The Washington Commanders is leading the NFC East. Shocking to everybody that's watching football. Yeah, they lost. They lost to the Lions. So somebody got some bragging rights up here, right? Washington Commanders 42, Arizona Cardinals 14. Jaden Daniels is playing very well. 26 of 30 for 233 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Robinson was running the football well, 21 for 101 yards. Commander, you in the lead. I tried to tell you, pick your namesake, but you ain't want to listen. Here he go. Yeah, I should have known. 101 yards. So now, like I said, the Washington Commanders are leading the NFC East. Right? That's mind blowing. Nobody would have thought that. But here they are. First week, the first quarter of the NFL season is over. And like I said, the Commanders are ahead of the Cowboys and the Eagles, right? So your division leaders is the Seahawks in the West, the Commanders in the East, Vikings in the North, Tampa Bay in the South. AFC side, you got the Bills in the East, the Chiefs in the West, Steelers in the North, Texans in the South. So there was a lot of football games that went on. Seattle got donkey punch, huh? So, hey, we got next week. I had this scheduled out before Thursday for the first week of the season. The first game of Thursday. MLB, right? The Major League Baseball regular season is over. Congratulations to all the participants that made it. Congratulations to the Baltimore Orioles, the Kansas City Chiefs, Houston Astros, and the Detroit Tigers. Let me find out Detroit really trying to rock this year. They got their baseball team in. They got their football team looking live and well. Right? So, it's and the crazy thing about it, all of these games start tomorrow. Detroit is in Houston. Their first pitch is at 2:30. Kansas City's the Royals are playing the Baltimore Orioles. Their first pitch is at 4:00. The New York Mets will be in Milwaukee playing the Brewers. That's a 5:30 start. And the Atlanta Braves will play the San Diego Padres. Right? And those are 3-game series. They're trying to see if they can go to the next round in the American League. Whoever wins Baltimore versus Kansas City, they'll play the New York Yankees. And Detroit and Houston, the winner of that series will meet the Cleveland. I almost said the Cleveland Browns. the Cleveland Guardians. They can't be called Indians anymore. Okay, and on the National League side, the Atlanta Braves, they play the San Diego Padres. With the winners of that match will be playing the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the New York Mets versus the Milwaukee Brewers. The winners of that series will play the Philadelphia Phillies, which will probably be sometime next Monday. We'll probably start that season, right? So congratulations to all of them. The baseball season's over, and now they really getting ready to play some real baseball now. Strategies and all that's going to come into play. May the best team win on that side. The WNBA, the New York Liberty won their first game against the defending champion Las Vegas Aces, 87-77. Breanna Stewart had 34 points. They lead their series 1-0. Game 2 is tomorrow at 7:30. The Connecticut Suns beat the Minnesota Lynx 73-70. Marina Mabrey led all scorers with 20 points. And now the Connecticut Sun lead their series 1-0. And their next game is tomorrow at 9:30. So as y'all can see, y'all just heard the schedule. Baseball all day and WNBA. So sports is really kicking in. It's coming into play. The Los Angeles Dodgers, I don't think they're going to win. Is he? Yes, he's still on the Astros. Yeah, he's still on the Astro word. He just came back recently. I don't even know if he's on a postseason roster. I didn't look up the rosters. He did pitch like a couple of games before the end of the season. So maybe he's still on the roster. Commander, I don't think the Dodgers are going to win either. I think they're going to be beat by either San Diego or Atlanta. Even though Shohei Ohtani is playing outstanding baseball, he's the first man to hit 50-50. Hit 50 homers and steal 50 bases. But it's a different animal when you're playing the postseason. More than likely, pitching is going to dominate unless you on a Babe Ruth thing and you hitting the ball all over the place. But there is a sad report from the Major League Baseball family. Pete Rose, he passed away at 83 years old. Pete Rose is the Major League Baseball all-time hit leader, over 4,000 hits. He was known as Charlie Hustle. He played hard all the time, but he's more known now for gambling when you ain't supposed to be gambling when you coaching a team. He was the manager of the Cincinnati Reds and betting on the Cincinnati Reds. So he was lifetime banned from the Major League Baseball, which eventually kept him out of the Hall of Fame. I don't think he should be out the Hall of Fame because all of his acclimates happened while he was playing, before all of this occurred. But baseball is different from most sports. They try to be pure and traditional, but they got more dirt than basically any other sport, but they want to be pure and traditional. But sad note, like I said, Pete Rose passing away today at 83 years old. There's nothing much to say after that. He was a great baseball player. He was an okay man. He was a player manager, and he won a few World Series with the Cincinnati Reds in the 70s. They was called the Big Red Machine. He was one of the orchestrators of that team, and then he moved on to Philadelphia, played with the Phillies. They won in 1980, and he was an integral part of that. So, it's a lot. Now, I'm going to turn to the NBA, right? I'm going to turn to the NBA because there was a trade. It was a trade Saturday night, and it was concerning the New York Knicks. Now, most of y'all, as y'all can see, that's one of my teams. And they traded Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to Minnesota Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns. That's supposed to be a big deal. it is a big deal because Julius Randle was a perennial all-star. He helped change the culture in New York. But I guess, they wanted to go big and draft and make the trade for Karl Anthony Town. And you gotta see, yeah, they got Cat. Or they got Cat. They traded Cat for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And to pay some of that money off, they had a third team, which is Charlotte Hornets. And so, New York is trying to compete with the Philadelphia 76ers, who got Joel Embiid, who's an all-world center. I guess they presuming that Cat can match up with Joel Embiid well. That's why, I always tell you guys the NBA is going to be a very interesting season this year. But I don't know. If it's up to you guys. If y'all want to follow it on Sports Chat, we can do it. I'll talk about it from time to time, but I know for the most part, yeah, they got Juju with Anthony Edwards. They still got Rudy Gobert for the defensive side of the ball. So it's an interesting trade, right? I think the Knicks personally, they have to do something to assure the bench. DiVincenzo was a big loss for me personally because he spreads the floor for Jalen Brunson. I mean, Cat could do the same, but I don't think Josh Hart is going to have the same run that he did in the playoffs last year. So for me, it's a little different. But maybe they'll pick somebody off the waiver wire that could spread the floor for them a little bit. Even though I know Tom Thibodeau, he don't play a lot of people, but you're gonna need that bench because if you're only playing 6 or 7 people, you're gonna burn them out before the regular season ends, and they're expected to win 50 games. So, it was a very, like I said, that was the trade of the week. And now NBA Media Day was today. So, they spoke about it, whatever. Jalen Brunson's like, yeah, I'm going to miss Julius Randle, but I have to go forward, which is always the right way to look at things. You'll miss the person that helped you become who you are. But at the end of the day, they understand it's a business. And they know that their performances have to be consistent, whether the person is there or not. We always say consistency is always the key aspect to a greatness. So as long as you're consistent, you should be able to handle any obstacle, right? And even with this, they got a 4 to go with a 5 and Juju. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a very interesting season. I don't know how that helps them against teams like the Nuggets, the Lakers. Well, the Lakers are the Lakers. But it's going to be I promise y'all, it's going to be a very interesting year. If y'all want to talk about that this year, we'll talk about it. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about sports. Speaking of sports in the NBA, sad news once again. Dikembe Mutombo passed away this morning at the age of 58. With complications of brain cancer. Now, if you don't know who Mutombo is, he's the guy that used to wag his finger and say, no, no, no. Y'all might have seen him in an old Geico commercial. No, no, no. Get that out of here. He's from the continent of Africa. I can't get the country right now, but he's one of the last guys that come out of Georgetown when Georgetown was predominantly, a center's haven because they had Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, then Dikembe Mutombo. This is around the early to mid 90s. Patrick Ewing came out 85. Mourning came out like 89 or 90 or 91 or something like that. And Mutombo came after all of them. But yeah, he was an excellent defender. He might have been I know he was in the top 5 for blocks in the career. He was an all-world defensive player, NBA defensive team quite a few times. And for me, it hits different because, like I said, I can remember him coming out of Georgetown. I can remember watching him at Georgetown. I can remember him coming out playing with the Denver Nuggets, becoming the first 8 seed to be the number 1 seed in '94 when they defeated the Seattle Supersonic. And it was his defense that set the tempo and set the world ablaze on how to defeat a high flying team. He did that. He was an excellent. He was a great humanitarian. He always, he always did things for his countrymen. He built hospitals, he built schools, he did everything that he needed to do to let his country know, I ain't forget about you. And for a lot of us, we need to follow that example. And, just because he's not an American, he has a pigmentation. He has melanin, right? So for us, if we need to follow that example, whether it's, on this app or in real life, you got to set the example. And anybody that's willing to do that has to be a great person. It has to be a great human being. He liked to talk about sports. He liked to talk about life. And at only the age of 58, he's gone. So, rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo. Rest in peace to Pete Rose. Condolences to their families. Whether they understand we're thinking about them or not, we are thinking about them. So our condolences go out to them. Like I said, it was a lot of things that happened in sports. It was an awesome weekend. You had some ups, you had some downs. Like even in college football, Alabama played Georgia. Alabama had a huge lead on Georgia. Georgia came back, but Alabama held on. They the number 2 team in the country, played the number 4 team in the country. And now they're about to do the rankings. And now Alabama is projected to be the number 1 team in the country after that victory. It's just amazing how when you play a great game, especially in sports and in football in general, how 1 week could put you at the top of the mountain. You could be the creme de la creme. You're the number 1 team in the country, or you're having a perfect season and things like that. It's always a great thing when you can see your work come through, especially when it's a 1-game episode. That's why football is exciting. I lost him. But
Commander wanted to see my face, so
wait,
I'm in
what?
the backyard. I'm
Oh,
in the back. About to
he
get my coat on real quick.
yeah, the dog commander. But what up though? I see you had to show your face. Those Detroit Lions, they pulled it out. They pulled it out today.
Hey, I was talking to Dan Campbell, and I said, "Hey, look, bro, check this out. I know you don't know me, but I'm on this little podcast with my homeboy, and I promised I'd come on if we win or lose. I just appreciate it if y'all win." And he was like, "I got you. I don't need to know you. Detroit versus everybody." I'm like, "That's what I'm talking about." So we went out and won the game for me, bro. So when I come on here, I don't look crazy. So shout out to Dan Campbell and the Lions, bro.
Man, shout out to Jared Goff, man. Shout out to
Man,
listen. I'm telling people like I don't know, like I didn't even do the research. I was so busy, trying to get information. I didn't even know the man was 18 for 18, 17 for 17 passing the football.
mhm.
He did not have a incomplete pass the whole game. You know how rare that is? That's
Bro,
a
they was
rarity.
just they was literally saying in the broadcast that he was the first quarterback, and I forgot how many years to start 2 games and be perfect through the first 2 quarters.
Right. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one thing about this. Like I said, people don't understand how much focus you gotta have. You can't even play around with it. Your focus is to be a quarterback in this league. It has to be like pinpoint.
Yeah,
Now, you know, and they wasn't, I mean, Geno Smith, he threw the ball a lot, but it wasn't perfect. And that's what killed Geno Smith. He had to be perfect because what could you do with somebody passing 17 for 17 and close to 300 yards? You know what I mean? So you got to be perfect. But once you start having incomplete passes and they forcing fumbles and things like that, you have to be perfect. And Geno Smith, even though he had a great passing game for yardage, it wasn't enough to stop the Lions from driving up and down the field. So, congratulations to the Lions. They right behind those Vikings. They're game back, and sooner or later, they gonna meet up, and they gonna have to play each other. May the best team
Twice.
win.
You see him twice. But bro, what did you think about that hit from Montgomery, bro? Bro, my daughter was screaming. She was like, "Yay!" When he caught the screen pass, and bro, he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even, bro. My man bounced off of him. I'm like, that dude, he ain't bigger than I'm bigger than him, bro. And
Yeah, but
I'm looking like,
that's the
who?
thing, right? But listen. That impact is something, boy. And I don't care who throwing it, who's causing the impact, but it's something in that sport, man. I was just talking about Patrick Mahomes, right? Now, Patrick Mahomes, they ain't gonna tell y'all all this, but Patrick Mahomes is dangerous. The man tore his own teammate up because he threw an interception yesterday, and the Chargers was coming back towards him, and his receiver was the receiver stripped the ball, and Mahomes was going for the tackle. He hit the Charger and then hit the man in his leg, and now that man is out for the whole season. So
Damn.
that's why I'm telling y'all, man. You gotta you love the passion of Patrick Mahomes, but sometimes, man, that passion could cause a lot of damage. And just because they won yesterday, it don't mean it didn't come at a cost, right? We know football is full of injuries, and that's why you got to stay at your best. But man, when your own teammate causes the injury, it's different. It's very different. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. But yeah, like I said, the Lions, they came through. You know what I'm saying? You can't even, there's nothing you can say about Jared Goff today. Nothing. You better not say a bad word. If anybody in Detroit says a bad word about Jared Goff today, y'all need to go blow their house up. I'm just saying, because there's nothing to say about that. You can't throw 17 for 17 and still have almost 300 yards. You only threw the ball 17 times for almost 300 yards. What is there to talk about? Your running game was on point. Even Amon St. Brown threw a touchdown pass. So what could y'all talk about? All y'all need to do is just keep going, keep setting your game plan up, wait for Minnesota to fall, or y'all make them fall, and y'all just be going for the NFC North will. It's possible the NFC North could have three teams in the playoffs. I'm gonna say that right now. Between Minnesota, Detroit, and the Packers, it's very possible. Because we don't know what other, like, the 49ers may come back, and the Seahawks. We know they're gonna get one team out of the South, and they definitely gonna get one team out of the East. The
How many
division
losses
winner.
do the Bears got?
I think the Bears are, what are they? 2? I think they're 1-3. Are they 1-3 or 2-2? I think they 2-2.
Hmm.
I think they're 2-2, but
So,
no, yeah, because the
right,
Vikings, the Vikings. What are these people? The Packers
Green
are
Bay.
2-2. Yeah, they're 2-2. Minnesota is they're 4-0 Minnesota, and then you guys are 3-1. So I think the Bears are last.
Two things. One, it proved my point this week that the only reason the Lions lost is because I went to the game with a Buccaneers jersey on. And two, people been sleeping on Minnesota. I've been more worried about Minnesota than Green Bay. I'm talking about like the complete team. I think Green Bay is young. Always felt Minnesota had a great defense and they had the weapons on offense. They just needed somebody at the helm. And Sam Darnold is proving that he that guy, man.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's crazy. Yeah, that's
if he
crazy.
stay consistent, he go prove that like, hey, I was worth that pick.
He was worth the pick. You just ain't, you didn't weaponize him well enough. You ain't give him that line. Look, Aaron Rodgers got sacked 5 times yesterday, all because the line wasn't up to par. They couldn't score a touchdown. It's the same thing. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers, Sam Donald, you still need that line to protect you. I think he got like two. I think he got like maybe 2 interceptions, Sam Donald this year. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you just got to have the right weapons. The Bears are 2-2. The Bears and Packers are 2-2. The Lions are 3-1, and the Vikings are 4-0. That's why I'm telling you, it's going to be 3 teams, and
Yeah.
it could be the Bears. I'm not saying they're better than the Packers, but like we say all the time, any given Sunday is going to make it happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like any given Sunday, it can happen. I can't see, well, whoever's going to win the South is going to win. Maybe the 49ers and Seahawks may get in. And whoever winning that NFC East. Jaden Daniels is looking great. He passing the ball for 80% completion ratings last 2 games. Nope, like 2 picks and like four touchdowns and 2 picks. You can't ask for nothing better than that. And that's why he only got 1 loss. So we don't know who's coming from the NFC East, but I just think that the North is going to be the toughest division this year. And the records is already proving it. The Bears, nobody expect. Well, I had the Bears going like maybe 7-9, but they playing 500 football right now, and their quarterback ain't even really doing too much right now. I think that Green Bay, they brought back Jordan Love too quick. It wasn't important for them to have this game for him to play. He could have waited another week and got his rhythm back. When you miss a week or two because of a leg injury, you got to get your rhythm back, your strength, the planning of defeat, and all of that. They just threw him in the wrong game. They should have held him out for another week. But they thought he could play. He had a great game, but he had 3 interceptions with 4 touchdowns, 300 almost 400 yards. But he was throwing them back in the game because they was being blown out 28-7. So you're gonna get those extra yards. So but it's nice to see that the NFC North is back in relevancy, right? Because the past couple of years there's only one team. All right, we're gonna go with the Bears. I mean, we was going with the Lions. The Lions. Everybody picked the Lions to win. But with Minnesota and Sam Darnold playing the way that they're playing, and the rest of the teams in that division playing great football, it's always good. It's like the early '90s when the Lions would be against the Packers. Minnesota may pop up every once in a while. It's nice to see. Like to see some snow football. Well, only if they're playing in Green Bay and Chicago, because you guys are domes. But it's always good to see that, though. It's always good.
Since 1993, I have seen Green Bay be good. I have seen Minnesota and Chicago be good. This is the first 3 years where I've seen the Lions good. I've seen them decent before, but I just wish the whole NFL just sucked so the Lions can just never win anything. And I can just stop watching football. I just need the whole NFL to suck for 1 year. That's all I
Well,
need.
I tell you what, if Jared Goff plays like this, you ain't gotta worry about the league sucking. He just outplaying everybody right now. He really is. That was like an excellent. That's an excellent performance.
I
So for
just didn't
six
like that
quarters,
sack he took.
he perfect. I ain't worried about San Francisco. They gotta get all their
No,
people back.
no, I was saying that sack he took. I didn't like that. I didn't like the
Oh,
way, but he didn't want to. I like that. I don't know. Usually he throw the ball away. That's why I kind of felt like that
he
with
knew.
him going being perfect. He did that intentionally. Because
He
usually he would
knew.
have threw it away. He'd be like, "Oh fuck it, it's about to hit me. Let me get out of here." But he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna just take this sack. It's third down. Just give him the ball." But I
He
didn't
knew.
like that.
So
But they won. So
yeah, they won. Listen, shout out to Miss Tracy. I mean,
yeah,
they
shout
get
out to Miss Tracy. Yeah, shout
they,
out to Miss Tracy.
they tried to come back and make her look good, but it was listen. Like I said, when you got 100% completion rate passing, there ain't nothing you could do. You can't even miss it a couple of times. And they turned the ball. Y'all had fumbles, strict fumbles, and I think y'all had a few sacks. Aiden Hutchinson was coming to play tonight.
Yeah,
I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
this
I'd be
division
interested to see
something.
how many pressures he had. Because Gino was working that magic in the pocket. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was waiting for him to get sacked, bro. I'm like, oh,
he,
he going down. Oh shit. like, oh,
Yeah,
oh, he look
he
like Russell
definitely.
Wilson.
Yeah, that's exactly who he look. A taller Russell Wilson, and
Mm-hmm.
he did everything he could to keep them in the game to the very last play. But like I said,
To the
boy,
very last pick.
yeah, that part.
Kirby,
Let
Kirby.
me get let me get that now. Look, oh man, we gotta go home with the L. Yeah,
Let, let me ask you this. What do you think about am I back?
said, yeah, you back.
Oh, I switched over. What do
Got
you think about Arnold,
who?
the cornerback for the Lions, number 0, the rookie cornerback?
They're gonna try him, but his thing, they're gonna have to put him in perfect position until he gets adjusted to the NFL. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna need that
Yeah.
extra help. Like he might need that safety over the top for him to be aggressive to become that pinpoint cornerback. You know what I mean? If they decide to go man, I know sometimes you guys don't like man to man coverage all the time, so they're gonna have to keep that safety over top, or at least even if they just sneak a linebacker underneath, so that way he can be aggressive in the middle of the field, or cutting, stopping a man on the slant, something like that. But he could be a good one. He could be a good one. You just like you still need that like how you was talking yesterday. You got to be seasoned, which means you got to be experienced, right?
Hmm.
You're a rookie now. You got to get that seasoning in. You got that experience now. You a seasoned vet, but you're not going to get that in that same year. You know what I mean? He's not Darrell Revis.
Yeah.
Let's we ain't gonna go that far. But just give him some time. Let's give him a year or two. Let's see what he do next year. They may say, hey, we're gonna try you with man to man coverage a little bit more. You know, but he's playing good. He's playing a good cornerback over there. I don't know if they'll move him to the slot. I don't know if he's gonna be that moving the side to side cornerback, but he definitely fits their system.
Yeah, they got Carlton Davis for that. He even had a couple I mean, you playing DK Metcalf though, so you expect that. But
Right.
with, I just noticed, like, I think they said so far this season he got eight, I think it's eight pass interference PI calls on him. And he aggressive. He just like you said, I think he just need time to get adjusted. But I'm like, bro, Gino is killing this zone. Like, bro, y'all gotta go man to man. And then I'm watching, like, hold on, bro, they getting PI zone coverage. Nah, I see why you ain't going man to man. Now I see, like, 'cause y'all
Right.
getting them in there, so I can only imagine. Like every time the ball go up, it'll be. I mean, but it's the speed of the game. He coming from college, now you playing with pros, so
Exactly.
it's
Ex-
that what is it, 10 yard rule.
Yeah,
I'm
the
noticing like
10 to
he got
5 yard rule.
yeah, well,
The ride
5
for
yards.
5 yards, and then it's holding, or if it's in the air, it's pass interference, or whatever they're gonna
Yeah,
call. It's different than college. You know what I mean? It's not like you playing Joe Smo. You playing somebody important. Well,
hmm
I mean, Tyler Lockett ain't played, but I don't think he played. I ain't see him.
yeah, I
But
think he did. Yeah, he had a big catch,
right, so he was. I just saw DK just getting pass interferences and
bro.
getting stripped and
That
trying to tear Carl Davis up. They was going at it. They had a great
mm,
matchup. Let me say that they had a great matchup.
that
You
is,
know.
bro. He is, bro. He was just that was a man among the boys. DK, I don't know why. If I was him, I would. I mean, if I was,
I lost you. I give yourself some time.
yeah, my phone went on
There you
black.
go.
Yeah, but I would have just kept on it to DK, like stop him. Let's see if you can stop him. DK would have had 300 yards fucking around with me.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. He was trying to go at these people so much. That's how he had these picks coming out, Gino. Because at the end of the day, it's like, come on, like you had fun. Like you didn't use your tight ends too much. Your tight ends had some big plays, and then you ran away from them. And then you started having that pockets kept collapsing, so you got to get rid of that ball. He wasn't worried about no perfect passer rate and shit. I'm getting out of this pocket, And that's what he was doing for the most part. That's why I said, it's amazing how much, a 4-man front can actually keep you in position to do certain things. But as soon as he was getting out that pocket, pass interference, holding, 23, holding, 0. Like, wait, what is going on here? Stay in front of him. You can't stay in front of them when they improvise, and they're gonna try to go right past you and get the deep pass. So,
He a smaller Calvin Johnson. That's all DK Metcalf is. I don't think his hand well, no, I don't think his hand is good, Calvin. But he's strong and he's fast.
yeah,
That's dangerous, man.
yeah, it is. It's like you said, he's a man amongst boys, and the fact that Gino is they may have to decoy him and just let Calvin Lockett get some passes so they could switch sides so DK can do what he do. Because I think for the most part, I think he already got like 100-yard reception yards in the season. I think today was the only time he didn't get 100 yards receiving. So
He didn't get 100 today.
I don't think so. I don't remember. I
Oh
don't remember
no!
seeing that.
If he didn't get 100, that's why they lost, bro. They
No.
couldn't, man. I know they kept I mean, but then I understand Herbie Joseph, bro. I don't see why he don't get enough recognition. That boy's an animal, man.
I'm
Herbie
lying.
Joseph is top five safety in the league. I don't care what nobody say. Prove me wrong. Look at that man's stats, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at the listen, Aaron Glenn is my guy. I remember when he got drafted to the Jets, and I remember he helped us get to that AFC conference game against the Broncos. But that goddamn Terrell Davis, he fucked us up, 98. So I get it. But yeah, you can't really ask. Like I said, you can't ask for much. You know what I mean? Your defenses, your safeties and stuff, they leading teams in tackles. The linebackers is going from side to side. You're getting some sacks. You know what I mean? So what could you ask for? DJ Reader's clogging the lineup. Hutchinson's going after the quarterback. What could you ask for? You know what I'm saying? Even if he don't get there, he's doing enough to get the pressures up. And so even with that, you know what I mean? You get them off the field, and then you got Jared Goff doing what he do best, play action passing all night. Oh, there goes St. Brown. Okay, we're gonna throw the screen over here to Montgomery. Oh, we're gonna go come on, you can't ask for nothing better than that. And as long as they continue to flow and they can keep their injuries to a minimum, they will be back at the top of the league. They will be fighting Minnesota for the division. They will be. You can book that. Y'all wait for Sam Darnold to mess up. Get them pressure games. If y'all be nice, I'll tell Aaron Rodgers to do y'all a favor. I'll call them. They going to Europe to play on Sunday, 9:30 in the morning. I got to get up for that. But yeah, they playing a great game. They, like I said, they playing good football now. That Tampa Bay game was a fluke. It really was. It was just a couple of bad plays that kept them away from a situation. So other than that, they would be 4-0. It'd be two teams in the division, 4-0. That would have been bonkers. Wow. But your team.
I told you why they lost, bro.
Nah, it ain't.
That damn game.
It wasn't you, man. It wasn't you. Stop feeling that way,
bro. No, I know that. I know.
Here you go. Now you're a black cat.
Oh, here you go.
You can't be a black cat.
No. My energy, bro. That's how strong my energy is.
Here you go.
I had a Tampa Bay jersey on, so that's who won. That's what it is.
They're gonna ban your ass.
No other way. I wore the Tampa Bay jersey yesterday, and guess what? They won. Guess when I didn't wear it? The week before. Didn't even wear it. Didn't put it on. I was still feeling the Lions lost. So I'm like, and they lost, bro. They lost. I'm just telling the truth.
That's crazy. But like I said, it's just gonna, like I said, and also, what the crazy thing is, now that they don't play preseason football like they used to, right? they get the big bucks. They don't play till like the first week of the season. So a lot of them is getting into shape now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just imagine if these guys are hitting their stride now. Like I know Sam Darnold played a lot of the preseason. So I can understand why he is where that could be why he is where he is. While everybody else is only throwing for 200 yards and 197 yards or whatever it is. He's on point because he played the preseason. He had no choice. Because remember, they was going to put the rookie in from Michigan. What's his name? McCarthy? J.J. McCarthy? They were going to let him be the starting quarterback over Sam Darnold. Now, just imagine if J.J. McCarthy didn't get hurt.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt, he was gonna be the starter. He was
Right.
looking good, bro. That's why I was like, uh-oh.
That's what I'm saying. Now, it's just like Justin Fields scenario, right? Even though they lost to Indianapolis, how could you put that person that you was going to say was a starter? You can't. These guys are playing outstanding football. Sam Darnold ain't lost a game. Justin Fields didn't lose that game. The Steelers just gave up they gave up points for the first time all season. That's not on Justin Fields. He tried to come back. The Steelers couldn't stop nobody. They made Joe Flacco look like Joe Montana. I don't know how the hell he's still doing this. Anyway, I think like 172 years old. What the hell he's still doing in the league?
Bro, when I heard his name, I'm like, he's still playing.
Look, he took Cleveland to the playoffs, and now he on the Colts. And now he looking. Look, I got 100. Look, I came in the third quarter. I got 173 yards passing. The seal the game against the Steelers. Now they knocked the Steelers out of undefeated season. Now we only got two: Kansas City and Minnesota. That ain't the Super Bowl, y'all. Please don't start that. But that they just playing good football at the end of the first quarter of the season, and that's just where it's at. You know, for me, I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be a long one because now you got 13 games. I think teams will start to take their buys. I know Philly take their buy. They need a buy because they ain't got nothing going on. It's just Saquon Barkley and a bag of chips. They got destroyed yesterday by the damn Bucks. I'm like, who is? They made Baker Mayfield look like Brock Purdy. I'm like, look at Mr. Irrelevant. He's irrelevant, but he's looking good today. But he got those two all-world receivers. You know, I don't care what nobody say. You can't. Mike Evans is the quietest receiver that I've seen in a long time. He gets his 100 catches. He gets his 1,000 yards. And you be like, how did he do that? Where the hell was I at when he got 100 yards? But that's what he do every year for the past 7-8 years. Probably longer than that. He does the same thing. But that's what makes, the NFC that division, because they got those receivers that can do all of that. You got Amon St. Brown. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin on the other side of that. You know what I mean? You got so many different receivers. And then you got these little young kids. You got neighbors coming in. You got Jawan Jennings in San Francisco quietly getting his game up. Because Ayuk he's not Ayuk and Debo is not Debo. So you got all of these receivers coming up, and they got these great system quarterbacks. Sam Darnold's in a great system. Brock Purdy's in a great system. Jared Goff is he don't care where he go. Like he did ever since that Super Bowl, he been trying to get back for real. So he trying to get the Lions there. Look what he did tonight. Geno just came out of nowhere a couple years ago. You got these quarterbacks that's doing what they need to do. Jaden Daniels is doing good. Out the gate, the Heisman Trophy winner from LSU. Rookie year. Got his team in first place. It's a lot of good football going on. And we ain't even talking about Mahomes and Josh Allen. We ain't talking about none of them people on that side. We were just strictly talking about the NFC. We just named about 6 quarterbacks that's doing well already. And those are the 6 teams that's looking good. So you can't really complain about that. You know what I mean? So we got that going on. Like I said, we got baseball Now, how you not know the Detroit Tigers was in the playoffs? How did the people not know that? Oh, it's not connected. He's not connected. Let me see what happened. Yeah, Detroit Tigers made the playoffs. They made the playoffs and nobody even knew.
Did I drop down?
Now
I don't
something
know what
happened.
just I
Yeah,
don't know what
you
just happened.
yeah, you gonna switch your avatar and everything. You was orange.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
just
wear
seen
Minnesota purple. What in the world?
yeah, I just seen the Tigers made it this morning.
Yeah,
I haven't been keeping up with baseball in a couple of years actually.
I
You know
bet
when
they wasn't playing good baseball. I would keep up with them.
bro, I used to go to at least 5 to 6 Tiger games a year. And when JV got traded, I was done, bro. I was like, I'm good.
But y'all got that kid now. What's the pitcher name? Schoolboy. He,
I don't know
yeah.
who on that roster. I thought
Listen,
Converse
you
was
got
good for
you
him.
watch. Listen, they are playing. They're playing team baseball. I don't think nobody on the team got over 90 RBIs, and they made the playoffs. They're the hottest team in the American League right now.
This is wild hot. And you know the
Yeah.
stadium was right across from each other.
So you who I said they play? They play Houston.
Yeah.
They play Houston. So whenever Tuesday they'll probably be out there by the weekend. Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday. I don't know if Detroit is playing at home, but if they playing at home, Detroit gonna be they gonna
It's gonna
downtown
be
gonna be
wild.
rocking. Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's
Even
always
if they,
exciting.
bro, even if they ain't playing at home, if they got a game, and this ain't just playoffs, bro. I'm talking about in season. Anytime it's a game, and now because the Pistons is downtown, bro. Do you know they play the game at the stadium? People buy tickets to go, even away games. All three stadiums do that. And then
Mm.
it's so much stuff like we tailgate. We just need a reason to tailgate and eat. Red Wings, all 14s is downtown now. So anytime somebody playing, bro, downtown is crazy. Freeway nuts, bro. The casino, we got 3 casinos. You got to think, bro. Like Detroit is like a real metropolitan, and everything is close to each other. We got 3 casinos down there. All 4 of our sports teams down there now, and then we got like new restaurants, and we got the waterfront up the street. It's so much stuff popping in the D now, bro. It's crazy. So let anything go down. A sports concert is crazy down there, bro.
And the crazy thing is when you do that, your economy be rocking. The economy, the morale, everything is boosted up with that. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? So it's always
I,
a good thing.
I remember when I did Uber, the Lions was downtown, but I wasn't in that season. But anytime like a baseball game went on, bro was making like $400-500 a night, easy. A couple rides, not even that many rides. Wasn't even doing that many rides. It's just making money. And the people get drunk and tip the shit out of you, give you cash, bro. Like, oh yeah, I love it down here, bro. Especially when they gotta go back to the burbs and then they find out you live out there. I made so many cool connects and friends and shit.
It's just different, man. It's different when everybody's winning and things are hitting right. I keep trying to tell people that's just what it is. But that's like that's like '94 when everybody was playing good baseball. The Yankees were playing good. Look again. The Yankees were playing good. The Knicks was making the finals. The hockey team was making like even when you guys got the Red Wings and y'all be cooking. It's like
hmm
it's like a whole man. It's just like a whole different atmosphere. It's like y'all think y'all like the University of Michigan. Y'all just out there all day and night. That's the
Oh, bro. You a him. Like my sister, she'd be like, "Can you come up here this weekend?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I ain't know it was a game going on. She wanted me to babysit so she can go see the game. And I go up there, bro. Would take me like 10, 15 minutes. Like getting off the freeway and getting to her apartment. It take me almost 30 minutes to an hour. Like
Wow,
it's
for that?
Milwaukee,
Wow.
bro. I'm talking about like Ann Arbor. When there's a game, even well, I say football and basketball.
Wow, for that?
Hockey and
Wow.
baseball, they hype about it. But football and basketball, bro, it's like everybody who ever went to Michigan comes to the game. So it's like you got young people, you got old people. Like, hold on, bro. Like, you should be asleep right now. Ain't it past your bedtime? You gotta take some pills and stuff. They all with their walkers in the middle of the street. Like, y'all move, man. Let me get past. Bro, it's so annoying. It's like Mardi Gras, bro.
It is.
It's like the streets at Harbor be like Mardi Gras when it's game.
100,000 people in the big house. Now look, you got Tiger State. Is it still Tiger Stadium, or what is the name of the stadium?
Don't
Is
make me
this?
lie.
It's
I
not.
call it. It ain't
I
Tiger
call
Stadium.
it.
No,
Yeah,
it's Comerica Park. I'll call it that.
Comerica. And I
Yeah,
was about to say Comiskey. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the White Sox. What the hell I'm talking about?
yeah, it's
But
Comerica Park.
you know what I mean? You got that getting ready to rock. You got Ford Field getting ready to rock. Now, I don't if the Pistons could do something, just make themselves listen, nobody's expecting them to be like number 8 seed, but y'all got to put some good bat. They got some good players out there. I don't know about the coach, but they got to make it work. I mean, y'all not gonna win four. If y'all win, if y'all competitive, y'all come out. Y'all support. Listen, Detroit supports. Y'all just got to be competitive. And now, like I said, the Tigers they was so back. They was so far back before the All Star break, and now look, they in the playoffs. They beat Minnesota. They took Minnesota out. They took their whole spot. That's why y'all gonna be beefing in football. Minnesota and Detroit beefing. That's what they gonna do. Like, and look, they playing good football. Like I said, they playing good football. And like I said, they just made that trade. They got rid of Cat. They got Julius Randle. They're gonna have Ant-Man, Julius Randle, DiVincenzo. That floor gonna be spread. Mike Conley's still up there. Gobert is gonna have to play the middle. It's gonna be tough, man. Listen, that region is looking for something, man. It really is. You guys are you know that y'all Midwest people, y'all doing what y'all do. Shout out to
After
ah.
we know Trump coming back into the presidency and the economy, but I'm just joking. Trust me, I don't know who will be president.
Nah, don't do
But
that. Don't do that, cause ooh we.
ain't nobody. The only person, Commander, she a Trump supporter, so yeah, we cool. We can say go Trump right now. But for the replay, I was just joking. I was just joking. I'm
Listen,
bad. I'm an aspiring comedian. I'm trying.
yeah,
Niggas
he
gonna stop me.
he he, he getting ready for his channel. Petty Vision is
Yeah.
coming back.
Oh yeah, Petty Vision coming back for
2024, 45.
yeah, since Word dead, I guess uh Petty can come out. Since my Word channel dead, I might as well just put everything. Just I'm about to crash out and be petty. I ain't gonna crash out, but yeah, I'm about to be more petty.
I'm just saying, listen.
Commander gave me some good ideas. I might have to. I'm about to be doing the petty reviews, man. Hey,
Commander,
let
are
me
you an
know.
agent? I need to know this. Is she an agent? I need to know if she's an agent because she just be so quiet, but her when she do talk, it makes all the sense in the world.
You know what? When she was saying about TikTok, you know what I did?
Uh-huh.
I went and researched it, and
And what was the results?
she right. And see, look, this the thing too. They already gave me the app where I can take the TikTok logo off, but now Commander, you know, like the ideas she gave me. Oh yeah, I'm about to be reviewing some TikTok. We about to be on petty vision. Yeah, we about to review some TikTok ticks. We're gonna be ticking and talking and talking and ticking. So yeah,
Ooh-wee.
I'm about to give the Word channel a vial of epinephrine. I'm gonna try to get it pumping. If not, then I'm gonna just focus on upload and go over there and be petty. Um, I'm gonna do a show real quick. It's not gonna be long, so I'm not going. If y'all want to come up, I'm gonna put the link, but I don't plan on being long. I just want to delineate on something I said earlier, so I'm gonna do
Got
that,
you.
and I
Well,
want to
set it
tell you
up.
something. It's already set up. I'm sitting in the studio now. I'm on my phone with you, and then on the computer with
Okay.
this, but Yeah,
Cause
bro,
we
this was a great talk. I wish I could have came up when you first start talking about the Lions, so I could have
nah, you was busy. That's
delineated
cool.
on
That's cool.
delineated on the greatness that the Lions
Yeah,
displayed tonight.
that was at listen, that you can't even you can't even make that a clinic. That's how great that was you can't even examine that. There ain't nothing to examine. What you gonna say? He was on point. He was on point. He was on point. He was on point. Look, I'm gonna say Brown was on point with the touchdown pass. What could you say about their performance on offense? Nothing. They got a little
Nothing.
couple. They got a couple holdings and all of that. That's natural. But that precision passing, that on point accuracy, that's why they won the game tonight. So
If, if they
it's
offense is consistent, they probably the best team in the NFL. If they offense can stay consistent,
and
they defense. I'm talking about overall.
yeah, yeah,
They
absolutely.
they they defense need. Um, I don't know, bro.
He
I thought
need.
Reader was gonna get. I mean, but he getting into shape. You know,
That's
like
what
as
I'm
he get
saying. I
healthier,
agree.
they might be. If they stay healthy, they might be really scary, bro. If that offense can produce like they did, because that shit looked effortlessly, bro. That was like after the third touchdown, I'm like every time they touch the ball, they go score. It
Yeah,
kind of looked like what it. That's the first time I actually seen golf use every weapon. Like Laporta got some touches. Jamo got in the game. The running backs, they just beasts. Amon St. Brown, Tim Patrick, bro, he had a nice catch and run. And it's like when golf is not just trying to feed one person and spread, it's like what you gonna do. And then bro, the offensive coordinator, bro, Ben Johnson is fucking.
listen.
If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, he's going to be a head coach somewhere because
Absolutely, and that's
it's
why you got to
going.
get it done. That's why you have to get it done because at the end of the day, they snatching offensive coordinators just to
Or
spark up somebody else's offense.
or he might be like the old defensive coordinator for the Steelers. Like, I don't want to be a head coach. I just want to be a coordinator. He could. I don't know.
It's
What was
possible.
my man name? He played. He
LeBeau,
was a LeBeau. Yeah, Dick
Dick
LeBeau.
LeBeau.
Yeah,
It's
he ain't want to be
possible.
a head coach, bro.
It's
He just
possible.
wanted to. He just wanted to run a defense. Like Ben Johnson, he one of them people, bro. I just think he should be the highest paid offensive coordinator ever. I mean, just
Hmm.
do that. I don't know if that. I think it'll take away from what he do if he become a head coach. Like, cause you gonna have to give somebody your offensive intellect, and I don't care what nobody says. I don't know. He might be that guy, But it takes a Andy Reid to be like, I'm gonna call plays and focus on the whole team. You know, like I don't know if that's in him, but it might be where he can still call the plays, the
No,
offensive
yeah,
plays.
you call offense and just like when you know what you're doing on offense, you can go ahead and just say, all right, like in Kansas City, all right, Spags, how we gonna call this game? Are we gonna send 40% blitzes? Or are we gonna play 60% zone? What we doing? How we doing this? And they can have that conversation. Because when you got that play action pass, there's nothing else to work on. That running game is so prolific that you listen, I'm a make it touch your gut. Don't touch the ball, and I'll pull it out, and I can go to Amon St. Brown, 35 yards down the field, catch and run touchdown. You ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's you don't have to worry about things like that. You just got to worry about the little things, the special teams. All right, offensive line coach, make sure their hands is in between the numbers so they don't get called for holding too often. Things like that. So Commander says she's a secret agent. but
So they get this new thing on StreamYard. Like when you start your live, they play the intro, and when you
the,
end it, they play the outro. So I am actually about to test this. So I think usually I play the music before I go live, but I think this gonna start the live when I hit it. So
is it? I thought it was a video. I was gonna try it, but I thought it was just a
yeah,
video.
you gotta add the video.
Okay.
So you gotta once you make an intro video, you just add it to the. I just did it. You just add it to the. It give you the option to add it. But I thought it would give you like a timer, like 1 minute after you start, but it don't. So that kind of it's kind of good because when you start the live, if you want to start right away, the only reason I start the live and play the music to let people come in, but
Right.
I like this option too because I can use this for like my pre-record. So, but I'm
Yeah.
about to turn this off. I
All right.
appreciate you letting me up, bro. I'll check y'all later.
Yeah, we heading over there now. We thank everybody for coming through. Commander, as always, we appreciate you. Realist, I appreciate you coming through. Commander over there with on the low, getting all her wins and stuff. She did what she needed to do today. She got her wins. Uh, with that being said, guys, I'll update y'all on the WNBA tomorrow. If something spectacular happens, I'll jump on or Major League Baseball uh, playoff game start tomorrow. You know, I gotta be attentive to all of those things. So, but I know Thursday night is coming shortly, and we'll be back Thursday for sure to have that conversation. We'll catch up on a lot of these things, but y'all check the community wall so y'all can be updated of what's going on as far as the WNBA, as far as the Major League Wild Cards uh postseason as it starts tomorrow. The ladies play tomorrow too. So y'all go ahead and check the community wall. But until then, I'll see you guys Thursday. I'm out. I appreciate y'all.